Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 8. You could always trust Ralph to find the heartbeat of a scene, and of the people in it. That sentiment, shared by a longtime colleague, captures the essence of Ralph Senensky's remarkable legacy. Passing away peacefully at the age of 102, Ralph left behind more than memories. He left behind moments. Moments that shaped television history and connected generations of viewers. He began in community theater, honing an instinct for character and emotion that would define his career. After studying at the Pasadena Playhouse, he transitioned to television during its golden age, directing unforgettable episodes across 3 decades. From the mystery of the Twilight Zone to the family warmth of the Waltons, Ralph brought stories to life with care and craft. His work on Star Trek, including classics like This Side of Paradise and Metamorphosis, helped define the bold, philosophical vision of the series. He later directed episodes of Dynasty and The Partridge Family, always elevating each with his quiet precision. Ralph had a rare talent for guiding actors to their best performances. Under his direction, Gary Frank and Beulah Bondi both earned Emmy Awards. Whether filming an emotional reunion or a sci-fi moral dilemma, he knew how to bring truth to the screen. Behind the camera, Ralph was generous with his time and wisdom. Young directors remember his mentorship and steady encouragement. He also shared his journey through blogs and interviews, reflecting on a lifetime of storytelling with humility and humor. As of late 2023, he stood as the last surviving director from the original Star Trek, a living bridge to one of television's most pioneering eras. That distinction was more than symbolic. It echoed the endurance and significance of his work. His final days were spent in peace, and his passing has touched many across the entertainment industry. While his family has chosen to keep private in this time, their love and pride in his legacy are deeply felt. Ralph Senensky shaped some of the most beloved hours of television ever made. His influence lives on in the people he taught, the actors he inspired, and the countless fans who still watch his work today with admiration and wonder. Tributes to Ralph Senensky. Number 7. She inspired a generation, not just to lead, but to lead with purpose. Layne Collins was a force for change. Her vision for Kentucky spanned classrooms, city halls, and factory floors. With determination and grace, she opened doors and paved paths few dared to walk before her. She passed away in October 2025 at the age of 88, surrounded by those who loved her. Her passing followed a period of declining health, and though expected, it leaves a deep silence in a place that once echoed with her energy. From humble beginnings in Baghdad, Kentucky, Martha Lane Hall became the first and still only woman to serve as governor of the Commonwealth. That alone would earn a place in the history books, but her impact was much more than symbolic. She turned vision into action. When she brought Toyota to Georgetown, she didn't just sign a deal. She reshaped Kentucky's economy. Jobs bloomed, communities thrived, and futures grew stronger. In education, she fought for higher standards and better resources. Her $300 million investment in schools showed her deep belief in young Kentuckians and the importance of preparing them for the world ahead. Even after leaving office, she continued to serve, guiding students in colleges, leading institutions, and sharing wisdom from a life in leadership. What set her apart wasn't just her resume. It was her heart. She listened when others talked past each other. She mentored, uplifted, and led with humility. As the Kentucky Democratic Party put it, Governor Collins was a trailblazer whose legacy of inclusion, economic growth, and education reform will endure. Layne Collins also showed that service and family could walk side by side. She didn't just break barriers. She showed others how to walk through the open door with courage and strength. Though she's gone, the The results of her leadership remain. In schools students thrive in jobs supporting Kentucky families, in women who lead because she led first. She is survived by her family, who now grieve privately and with pride. Details of memorial services have not yet been shared, but hearts across Kentucky are already in quiet tribute. Layne Collins changed the Commonwealth and the country with grace, grit, and a deep belief in progress. Tributes to Layne Collins. Number 6. Esther always lifted a scene with her honesty. You felt her heart in every word, shared one longtime colleague, reflecting on a presence that could light up both stage and classroom. Esther Uria, the beloved Basque actress and educator, passed away at age 55 after a brief illness. She left behind not just performances, but guidance, memories, and inspiration that will endure. Born in Errenteria, her roots ran deep in the Basque community. She trained at the prestigious Enserti school and built a career marked by depth, passion, and authenticity. For over 30 years, she graced Spanish television and theater with moving, layered performances. Audiences came to know Esther through fan-favorite roles in series like Hospital Central, Cuéntame Cómo Pasó, El Comisario, and Ana y los Siete. On stage, she delivered acclaimed turns in productions such as La Cacatúa Verde, Como Agua para Chocolate, and the Basque language play Ernesto de Garancia. But those who knew her best remember more than her talent. Esther led with kindness. Her creativity reached into classrooms, where she taught, mentored, and reimagined arts education. She believed in making stories accessible, bringing the stage closer to young minds across the Basque country. Her passing at Donostia Hospital shocked and saddened the many lives she touched. Tributes from fellow artists, students, and fans spoke of her generosity, strength, and spirit. Esther never sought the spotlight off stage, but her work shone brightly across generations. She is survived by her family and a vibrant legacy that lives on in the roles she played and the lives she shaped. Tributes to Esther Uria, that's done. Number 5. Good night, and better tomorrows. For more than 2 decades, Jerry Taff ended each newscast with that heartfelt sign-off. Those words weren't just a ritual, they were a promise of hope, spoken by someone who truly cared about his community. Jerry Taff passed away peacefully at the age of 85. He died after a brief illness, surrounded by family, love, and the echoes of a life well lived. His connection with Milwaukee stretched far beyond the TV screen. For 26 years, Jerry was the trusted face of WISN 12, guiding viewers through breaking news, tough moments, and celebrations alike. With his calm voice and steady presence, he became more than a broadcaster. He became family to thousands. But Jerry's influence didn't stop at the anchor desk. He mentored generations of journalists, many of whom went on to national careers. Names like Sean Robinson, Ben Tracy, and Jason DeRusha all looked to him as a guiding light. Jason once said, "Jerry taught us that being real with your audience is more important than being perfect." Before coming to Milwaukee, Jerry built his career in newsrooms across the country, from Texas to Michigan to Connecticut. He even gave early support to a young Michael Moore in those early days of Michigan journalism. Perhaps what set Jerry apart most was his honesty and warmth. Even after a brief and difficult departure from WISN in the mid-80s, viewers demanded his return. And when he came back, he didn't miss a step, anchoring until his retirement in 2005, staying true to the city he loved. Beyond TV, he shared his knowledge as a journalism instructor at Carroll University and stayed involved in community projects. His service in the U.S. Air Force and devotion to Milwaukee were just parts of a full life dedicated to storytelling and service. He is survived by his daughters, Deanne Curtis and Denise McMahon. Both carry his spirit, steady, kind, and always looking toward better tomorrows. Mark Baden, WISN's chief meteorologist, remembered him simply, "Jerry was one of a kind. Thank you, my friend." He leaves a legacy not just in headlines but in hearts. Tributes to Jerry Taff. Four. She never raised her voice, but the whole room would listen when she lifted her baton. Gladys Stone Wright, a quiet force of change in American music education, passed away peacefully at the age of 100. Her century-long life was filled with rhythm, resilience, and remarkable leadership. Born in a small Oregon lumber camp, Gladys began her musical journey with a $5 clarinet and free piano lessons. That small beginning sparked a lifelong passion that would change the course of music education for generations. She broke ground in the late 1940s by becoming Oregon's first woman high school band director. Facing skepticism in a field dominated by men, she let her bands do the talking. At a pivotal clinic performance, male directors packed the room just to see what a woman could do. What they saw and heard was excellence, followed by thunderous applause. Gladys didn't just carve a path for herself, she built avenues for others. She became the second woman ever accepted into the American School Band Directors Association and later founded the Women Band Directors National Association. Her leadership offered not just representation, but real opportunity for women in the field. She led her bands to 22 consecutive years of superior ratings and became the first woman to guest conduct both the U.S. Navy Band and the Goldman Band. A respected clinician, composer, and judge, she shared her knowledge nationally, composing works and writing for music journals, always elevating the craft. Her long list of honors includes a citation of excellence from the National Band Association and induction into the National Hall of Fame of Distinguished Band Conductors, the first woman ever to receive that honor. In 2016, she and her husband, fellow band icon Al G. Wright, received a joint Lifetime Achievement Award. Their creativity and devotion touched countless students and colleagues over decades. Gladys passed away from natural causes, leaving behind a profound legacy. Her passion lives on through the scholarship that bears her name, through every woman she helped lift into leadership, and through generations inspired to pick up a baton and lead. Former students and educators alike continue to celebrate her life. As one colleague said, Gladys didn't just teach music, she taught strength without force, leadership with humility. Tributes to Gladys Stone Wright. Number 3. He unlocked the secrets of the genome and changed the course of science forever. That tribute from longtime collaborator J. Craig Venter captures the essence of Hamilton O. Smith, a mind that helped reshape modern biology. At the age of 94, Hamilton O. Smith passed away peacefully. His loss is deeply felt across the scientific world and beyond. While he may be gone, the legacy he leaves behind is eternal. His journey began in New York City and spanned over 7 decades of scientific discovery. Smith's curiosity led to one of the most important breakthroughs in biology, the discovery of the first type II restriction enzyme. That 1970 finding became a cornerstone of genetic engineering research. He shared the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1978 for that groundbreaking work. But he didn't stop there. He went on to help sequence the first complete bacterial genome and played a key role in advancing the Human Genome Project. His efforts helped pave the way for synthetic biology and the future of personalized medicine. But those who knew Hamilton remember more than just his science. They talk about his kindness, his humility, and his readiness to mentor younger researchers. Colleagues say he was generous with ideas and always made time to support others' work. He balanced his passion for discovery with devotion to his family. Known for his quiet brilliance and calm nature, he led with wisdom and respect. His contributions affected countless lives in labs, classrooms, and clinics around the world. Though we mourn his passing, we celebrate a life filled with deep meaning and remarkable achievement. Tributes to Hamilton O. Smith. Number 2, a curious mind and a steady hand. That's how Andy led us, remembered a former colleague. He believed we could always go farther. Andrew J. Stofan passed away peacefully at the age of 90, leaving behind a remarkable legacy in space exploration. His work helped shape much of what we understand about deep space today. Born and raised in Cleveland, Andy was drawn to challenges that pushed the limits of possibility. His education in mathematics and engineering rarely stayed in the classroom for long. He brought theories to life, turning ideas into missions that reached Mars, the outer planets, and even the Sun. When he joined NASA's Lewis Center in the late 1950s, spaceflight was still a dream. Andy helped make it real. He worked on engine systems and high-speed propulsion, paving the way for the development of the Centaur upper stage rocket. This powerful launch vehicle became crucial to NASA's most important interplanetary missions. As a project leader, Andy managed the Atlas Centaur and Titan Centaur missions, launching Pioneer 10 and 11, the Viking landers to Mars, and the Voyager spacecraft that continue sending data from interstellar space. In the 1980s, he served as director of the Lewis Research Center. He was known not just for his leadership, but for restoring a sense of purpose and pride across the organization. One coworker described him as the kind of director who didn't just hand out orders, he built bridges between brilliant minds. Even after retiring from NASA, Andy kept building. As a senior executive in private aerospace firms, he pressed forward with new technologies while mentoring young engineers. He also devoted time to public service, including work with the Boy Scouts and aviation heritage programs. He earned top honors for his service, including 2 presidential rank awards and NASA's highest medals. Yet Andy's impact wasn't just in the hardware or accolades. It lived in the people he trained, the curiosity he inspired, and the doors he helped open for future explorers. He is survived by his wife, Barbara, and daughters, Lynn and Ellen. Andy passed away from natural causes, surrounded by family. His warmth, integrity, and vision continue to guide those who follow his footsteps. Tributes to Andrew J. Stofan. What's trending on the internet? News 1. It's moments like this that remind us of the strength found in family and community. In Alabama, 22-year-old Madison, a devoted young mother, was tragically lost in a recent car accident. Her husband and baby boy survived, and although hearts are heavy, her loved ones are committed to honoring Madison's memory by surrounding her little one with love and protection. Neighbors and friends are coming together, offering support and kindness during this difficult time. Madison's legacy will live on, not just through her child, but through every act of generosity and care that her story inspires. Her spirit reminds us to cherish family, embrace each day, and look out for one another. News 2. Suzanne Rogers opens up about her cancer journey. You might know her as the Heart of Salem for over 5 decades, and now Suzanne Rogers, the beloved star of Days of Our Lives, is sharing an incredibly inspiring story of courage and resilience. The actress, who has brought Maggie Horton to life for 52 years, was diagnosed with stage 2 colorectal cancer this past summer. But here's what makes her story so remarkable. She handled it with grace, strength, and the support of an extended family that truly showed up for her. Rogers noticed something wasn't quite right and trusted her instincts to see her doctor. After some routine tests, she learned the diagnosis that changed everything. Rather than let fear take over, she immediately began treatment, completing 6 weeks of daily radiation and chemotherapy while the show was on hiatus. That timing was a blessing, allowing her to focus entirely on her recovery without worrying about her work schedule. What's truly touching is how her Days of Our Lives family rallied around her. Her on-screen daughter, Lindsay Godfrey, who is herself a cancer survivor, became a steady source of comfort. Fellow cast members called to check in. Producers assured her the role would be waiting, and her makeup artist stayed in touch. Rogers didn't have family in Los Angeles, so these compassionate colleagues became her support system during her most difficult days. By July 31st, Rogers had completed her treatment and is now back to work feeling stronger every day. She's regaining her energy and her signature enthusiasm. And yes, she's ready to return to Salem and continue the legacy she's built over more than 50 years. Her message is one of hope and gratitude. She beat this challenge and she wants everyone to know that catching it early, staying positive and leaning on loved ones makes all the difference. Suzanne Rogers proves that some roles are truly made for life, and her resilience is just as inspiring as any storyline Days of Our Lives could ever tell. News 3. It's been a week of heartbreak and remarkable resilience in the Caribbean as communities recover from Hurricane Melissa. This powerful storm struck Jamaica and Cuba in late October 2025, reaching Category 5 strength and becoming the most intense Atlantic hurricane of the year. Sadly, Melissa claimed at least 56 lives, with the majority of losses reported in Haiti and Jamaica, and left many families facing major challenges. Despite these hardships, the response has highlighted the courage and compassion of everyday heroes. Thousands have come together, opening shelters and restoring vital services, while international teams rush food and medical aid to those in need. Recovery is underway, and neighbors are helping each other clear debris and rebuild. Those affected by Hurricane Melissa will be remembered for their strength and unity. As communities continue to heal, let's honor their spirit and support the ongoing efforts to restore hope and safety across the Caribbean. News 4. You know how every home comes with its own history? Sometimes happy, sometimes mysterious, and, well, sometimes more than anyone bargained for? In a quiet corner of Indiana, a man who had just bought a house at auction got a lot more than he expected. When he walked in, a strong smell led him and the authorities to a heartbreaking discovery. A body found inside. Authorities are still looking into what happened, and out of respect for the family, details are being handled with the utmost care and privacy. Now, shifting from the unexpected to the heartwarming, let's talk about how our communities often rally together in tough times. It's moments like this that remind us to check in on our neighbors, especially those living alone, and to look out for one another. Even in the face of loss or mystery, there's a chance to show kindness, whether it's a friendly wave, a shared meal, or just making sure someone knows they're cared for. That's the true spirit of neighborhood, and it's something worth celebrating. As we move forward, let's remember the importance of community, compassion, and connection, because those are the things that really make a house a home and a neighborhood a family. Whether it's reaching out to a neighbor or honoring those we've lost with acts of kindness, each of us can help write the next chapter on a brighter note. News 5. Sometimes life's most inspiring stories are the ones that remind us how precious every moment can be. That's especially true today as we share the heart-rending story of Finley Bone, a 21-year-old soccer player from Corroy on Queensland's Sunshine Coast in Australia. Finley was known for her passion for sports and her kindness toward others, qualities that shone brightly during a casual practice with her partner and nephew at a local sporting field. In a sudden and tragic turn of weather, Finley was struck by lightning while she was doing what she loved, playing soccer. Emergency crews and bystanders did everything they could, performing CPR and using an AED. But sadly, despite their efforts, the young athlete passed away. The local community, still reeling from the loss, has shown tremendous support, leaving flowers and tributes at the field for someone so full of spirit and joy. Finley's story is now reminding people everywhere of how important it is to cherish each day and to honor those who inspire us, not just for their talents but for the way they lifted up those around them. Her legacy as a dedicated player and a caring young woman will continue to bring people together, proving that sometimes the greatest achievements aren't measured in trophies, but in the memories and connections we leave behind. Imagine rising to stardom as the world's first million-dollar supermodel, all while carrying the legendary Hemingway name, yet striving every day to make a mark of your very own. Margaux Hemingway, granddaughter of famed author Ernest Hemingway, dazzled America in the 1970s at just 21 years old, gracing magazine covers and starring in films with her tall, striking presence and unforgettable smile. Her journey took her from Portland, Oregon, and even Havana, Cuba, to the glitzy runways of New York and the glamour of Studio 54. Margaux's career was groundbreaking, and her beauty and spirit inspired countless fans. She fought bravely through life's challenges, from struggles with mental health to overcoming addiction, always showing resilience and heart. Though Margaux's life was sadly cut short in Santa Monica, California, in 1996 at age 42, her legacy continues to shine. Her iconic photos, beloved movies, and trailblazing role as the first million-dollar model are still celebrated by admirers around the world. Today, Margaux is remembered not just for her famous lineage, but for her bold spirit, her triumphs, and the hope she gave to those who watched her chase her dreams. She reminds us all that every life has moments worth celebrating, and her legacy will inspire generations to come. Number 1. Her warmth and dedication lit up every room. Her loss is immeasurable. These heartfelt words from a colleague echo what so many feel after the passing of Hsieh Youxin. At just 31, she had already touched countless lives. Starting as a devoted nurse in Taiwan, she brought peace and comfort to patients every day. Her caring nature was more than a job, it was who she was. Later, as her modeling career flourished, she continued to share that same compassion with the world, blending grace with strength. She became known lovingly as the Nurse Goddess, a title that captured her beauty, yes, but also the deep admiration for her skill, humility, and heart. From busy hospital shifts to glamorous photo shoots, she remained herself, grounded, kind, and inspiring. Hsieh's influence extended far beyond those she treated or collaborated with. She mentored young professionals who dreamed of following their passions across more than one path. Her story gave them courage. Her presence, whether in a hospital or in front of a camera, brought light. Her achievements were many, helping patients with care and patience, starring in wellness campaigns, and championing health education. Still, what truly set her apart was the spirit she brought to everything she did. Tragically, during a professional photo shoot in Malaysia, she passed away from a sudden heart attack. Friends said she had been completely healthy, making the loss even more shocking and heartbreaking. The news sent ripples through both the medical and entertainment communities. Fans, co-workers, and public figures have shared countless heartfelt remembrances online. The love for her has crossed borders, just like her influence did. Hsieh Youxin is survived by her parents and younger siblings. Her legacy lives on, in memories, in people she helped, and in the confidence she inspired in others. She built bridges between fields, between people, between hope and action. And though she is gone, that legacy will keep moving forward. Tributes to Hsieh Youxin. It's not just about playing a role, it's about touching the soul of the audience, Hsieh Karyo once said. For over 4 decades, he did exactly that. Hsieh Karyo has passed away at the age of 72, following a brief illness.